All right, quick video here, guys. I got to pack soon because I'm going to Montana tomorrow to make a very based and red-pilled speech. So if you live near the Helena area, okay, go to the link in the description, get your tickets, all right, pull up. I hope to see you there. But before we do that, okay, this is a very important video that needs to be made. So Caitlyn Jenner has officially announced that she is running for governor of California as a Republican. And I am here to say, Republicans, do not support this person for governor. And I know what a lot of people are going to say. Well, Vince, it's California, so she's more electable and would be a much better governor than Newsom and stuff like that. But you're wrong, and let me tell you why. The aspect of this that you're missing is the damage that Caitlyn Jenner will do to the image of the Republican Party on the national level. Because Caitlyn Jenner's election in California will be no small thing. It will make huge headlines across the country. And noting the previous behavior of the Republican establishment, hell, if she's elected, she'll probably get a primetime speaking slot at the RNC in 2024. And what does that do to the image of our party? And some people will say, Vince, stop being such a judgmental, overbearing social conservative. The Republican Party needs to become a big tent if it wants to win. But you're looking at this the wrong way. You see, the Republican Party has to actually decide where it spends its resources on. And the reality is that LGBT voters only make up like 3% of the US population. And I hate to say it, it doesn't matter if Caitlyn Jenner is the face of the party or not. They're not voting for us anyway. So with that in mind, I'd like to ask the question, how exactly does Caitlyn Jenner help us with the specific demographics that Republicans can have to win elections? How does Caitlyn Jenner as a face of the Republican Party help us win the white working class or socially conservative Catholic traditional Hispanics? You know, as I've talked about many times on this channel, those are the demographics that are numerically large enough in the right areas to actually make a difference. But on top of that, are much more realistic and are much more achievable for Republicans to win than the black community or the LGBT community. So with that being said, is the Catholic community, are Hispanic Catholics, are the white working class exactly down with someone like Caitlyn Jenner being the face of their party? Well, I hate to say it, but I don't think so. And I'm not willing to sacrifice the image of the Republican National Party in that way just to win one election in California that is ultimately insignificant. Like, who cares about California? We should actually let Democrats run the state into the ground so that Republicans in other states can point to California and say, hey, look at the way that state is going. Do you want us to become like that? And I know it is true that the decline of California is causing a lot of blue state voters to move into red states and swing states. But the thing is, Caitlyn Jenner as governor is not going to do really much at all to reverse that trend. People are going to move out of California regardless of whether or not Caitlyn Jenner becomes governor or not. So let's go on to the second part of this, which is that just because it's California does not mean that Caitlyn Jenner is electable in the way that you think that person is. Okay? Because the thing is, we already know that Caitlyn is going to suffer pretty huge numerical losses with the traditional conservative base in California. Now, obviously, Caitlyn can make up for that by winning a very large share of the liberal Democrats in that state. But honestly, I don't think that Caitlyn, just because they're Caitlyn, is going to just magically turn all these Democratic, maybe a few, but all these Democratic voters over just because, oh, it's Caitlyn Jenner. Honestly, I don't think so. I'm just telling you right now, okay? And this is pure instinct. We don't see any polls yet, but I just hate to tell you this, but Caitlyn will still be running as a Republican. And not only will Caitlyn lose a lot of conservatives, I don't think Caitlyn's going to gain enough liberals to make up for it. And as I've said many times, I'm not going to just attack Caitlyn without presenting an alternative candidate. Like I've said many times, Kevin Faulconer, moderate Republican, former mayor of San Diego. This is like the ideal candidate to actually run for Republicans in California. He's relatively center on the issues. He's the former mayor of San Diego, which is a major city in California, and the city in California that has a pretty good reputation among basically everyone for being like kind of a clean, calm, peaceful city that's not really like the other cities in California, right? He's just kind of the right candidate to run here. But run someone like that. Run someone like Kevin Faulconer. And I honestly think that Kevin Faulconer is actually more electable because maybe he won't make the same appeal to the far left of liberal Democrats in the same way Caitlyn Jenner might try to, but he's actually more electable with conservatives and with moderates in that state. And if you build a large enough coalition, pick off a few Democrats here and there, you can actually at least come close to winning the state. And you know what? I might be totally wrong on that. Maybe Caitlyn comes along and actually does become a governor of California. But I don't. If it doesn't happen, if Caitlyn gets absolutely routed in the polls, don't say I didn't tell you so, okay? Because I don't actually think that person is really actually that electable. So don't do it. Don't get behind Caitlyn, okay, folks? It is not a good idea. Okay, let me just say that. All right, guys, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Going to Montana. It's going to be very epic speech, very epic time. And I'll see you guys, whenever I see you guys, okay? But see ya. Peace. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to click some of the stuff on my left for some more awesome content. Also, to follow me on social media, check out my podcast, and some more awesome stuff, be sure to check out the links down in my description. All right? Peace.